You share near the end of your book the way in which your own trauma and suffering had informed your vocation with the passing of your father. But would you, if you're open to kind of narrating some of that and then how you see that you're grappling with that has formed you and the work that you're doing, if you're open to that.
Absolutely. It's just an interesting time that you're asking me this. We just literally a couple days ago had 40 years since that an accident. And, for those of you that haven't read my book yet, my father was killed by a drunk driver in a car accident, and I was in the car accident. So I actually was the only one that was actually conscious through it. It was my entire family was in the car. And and I was 13 years old. So as a child, and for anybody that's listening that's experienced trauma, either as a child or at any point in your life, it's life altering. And the ripples of that can continue to be lifelong. Many ways will emerge on how to address how we're going to relate to trauma in our lives. And part of what happened in my own life is that I realized that I was very interested in how I might relate differently. And knowing about the brain and being a brain scientist gave me a different window in. And the idea was that if I cannot change the past, and I can't, the events that happened, maybe there was some way I could train my mind so that at least moving forward, I could keep myself as buoyant as possible and not deplete myself out. And that sort of spirit continues in all the work I do, and actually, frankly, in the people I gravitate to work toward. So working with service members, people in the medical profession, people that are emergency services professionals, and many others who are living at that edge of things will be difficult, and we must continue to live with the aspiration of thriving in the middle of that. It very much informs the solutions that I want my research to be able to offer in the world.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. How would you suggest that folks, besides reading your book, what would you suggest might be a first place that folks might kind of stake out some ground and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is the way I want to try to begin some sort of training here.
Right. So I'd say the first thing is just to go back to your understanding of where we are in our modern world. The notion that physical exercise is necessary for physical health is something we all accept. And to expand your mind to now consider and accept that mental exercise is necessary for the fitness of your own mind and life. And thankfully, we're at the point that we can offer and engage in evidence-based practices to advantage our life and train it in this way. So start small is what I always say. So if you think you want to begin doing formal mindfulness practices and you're saying, that's it, she said 12 minutes, I'm going to just jump right in and start doing 12 minutes. I would say more important than achieving 12 minutes initially is create a habit, a friendly habit. Can you do 2 minutes? Or even more granular, can you just make a pact with yourself that every time you're driving or walking and you see a stop sign, you stop, take a breath, observe, proceed. That's the acronym STOP, S-T-O-P. So start small and start to create this habit of exercising the mind in this way. And then advantage yourself to try to do it with some regularity. And of course, as you mentioned, my book offers practices, and actually the Department of Defense, after my book came out and with all the work we've done with service members, has asked us to turn the book into an app. And so that app will be out in September. It's called Push-Ups for the Mind. It'll be available for free to all military service members and available for other people if they want to, check it out. But we're also at a time where mindfulness is everywhere. You cannot walk down a supermarket aisle without seeing mindfulness on the front cover of some magazine. So benefit from its availability in the world around us. There are many, many resources. But take it on as a direct way to advantage yourself with a little bit of time investment every day. And if you can get up to 12 minutes a day, even better.